Right, when it comes to technology, I am absolutely crap. I know how to turn the computer on, and that is literally about it. So, yeah, I wanted to literally put this call together tonight and do it sooner rather than later, just because I'm sure there's a lot of you that want to know what happened in New York. And I thought that we'd be able to get through a lot more than we did last night. So I'll take tonight's opportunity to literally go through the notes that I took from the weekend. And I was lucky enough to be in Vegas at the beginning. Guys, can you mute yourselves out for me if you're not speaking? I've totally forgotten how to do it on here, so apologies. But yeah, I was lucky enough to be in Vegas in February when they launched it, and I was completely blown away then by what I heard from the founders, what I heard from the leaders, where this could potentially go, and hearing the success stories. But New York, for me, took it up 2, 3, 4 levels. It was a completely different way that they'd done it. It was a completely different feel to it. Ray Higdon, possibly the best I've ever heard him speak. He was very transparent, but he was very, very funny as well. I don't know if it was because his son was in the room or if it was because he's good friends with PJ. He knows Austin very well as well, but he was absolutely outstanding. Kevin Ralston, again, what a guy he is. We really are so lucky to have someone like that at the helm, in charge of our company. Kevin Thompson was there again, the attorney for network marketing, like the leading attorney for network marketing worldwide. And again, he reiterated a lot of the points that he said in Vegas. Guys, if you just jumped on, can you mute yourselves out, please? Guys, can you mute yourselves out, please? Can you mute yourselves out, please? Thank you. Yeah, so Kevin Thompson is the leading attorney, and again, he just reiterated a lot of the stuff that he said that we got told in Vegas with regards to the fact that these guys are 100% compliant. He never has any problems with them. They never try and cut corners. And it was just a very motivating and powerful weekend to be part of. And we spoke to a lot of people. We got to meet a lot of people, and there was a lady there from Texas as well that was involved in the tragedy that happened to Texas. She lost her house, she lost her business, she's literally lost everything, but she was still there because she believes in where this company's going. So, as I said, I just want to run through the notes that I've got in my new book that I got given at the weekend, and I want to start with Kevin Ralston's second speech that he done. And he got up on stage twice, one to open, but his second one for me is the exciting part, and it may answer some of the questions that you guys may have at the end of this tonight. So in terms of the emerging markets that we've got, Germany, they're looking at opening in Q1 of next year. Canada, they are working hard to get that going and to get that open. For those that don't know, Canada's a really hard country to launch when it comes to alcohol because every single state is different. So the easiest way to explain that is if someone was trying to send some wine from, say, let's say Newcastle down to here, for example, every single region that it went through, there's a different kind of law, and it would have to pass every single law to get down to here from Newcastle, for example. But they're working on ways around that, and they said that in the next 2 months they'll have a date that we can soft launch, or we can start getting into some of the states over in Canada. And then Australia, Kevin and Peter Sperling are flying out to Australia on the 27th of November. They're going to be spending a week out there. And that is looking towards March time of next year as well. Now, other companies that got mentioned by PJ, not confirmed, but New Zealand, France, Spain, Mexico, and even China's started to come into the mix a little bit now. So, they're not guaranteed, they're not definite, but they're the ones that are on the horizon at the moment. But as I said, Australia, definitely. Germany, definitely. Kevin's flying out to Germany straight after the Edinburgh event with Peter Sperling again on that one. Another thing, we are now pending application on the DSA. So again, a lot of people have been wondering about, are we on the DSA? The application's gone through now. We're just waiting for that to all happen. So that'll all go through. Now, with regards to what's happening, new corporate website looks absolutely first class. It's pretty much done. They've said beginning of November for definite, but it may be sooner. It just looks so slick. It looks really, really slick. On top of that, there'll be your back office will completely change. That'll look new. New social graphics and communication. And again, as I said, I'm just reading these as I got told and as they was on the slides. America, we've got the new wine tasting notes over here in the UK. So they went through and they said there'll be new wine tasting notes, but it means the Americans will start getting exactly what we've got over here because we've got the new stuff. New compensation plan documents. So if anyone wants to run through the compensation plan, or if you need to send some of the compensation plan, there'll be new documents within the compensation plan. There's a new member action plan, and we got given a book. I don't know if everyone can see this, but we got given a book. So these are going to be like able to get in your back office, and I'll just literally quickly just run through some of the stuff that's in it. So Kevin Ralston there just, welcomes everyone to Direct Sellers. And then it's got step 1, setting your goal. I hope everyone can see that. So all the information in there, your big goal, your 30-day commitment. What can you honestly commit to doing every single day with Direct Sellers for the next 30 days? What are your goals for the first 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years? Guys, whoever's clicking, cracking, trying to play the drums, can you mute yourselves out, please? Step 2, again, I hope you can see that, but creating your why. If the why is strong enough, you'll figure out the how. So it goes on about that. The contact list. So who you can contact, a bit like a memory jogger. Again, goes on, contact list, influencer list, some scripts that you can use with people. So, a really, really good book that's going to be available to us. 3-way calls, how you can do 3-way calls, the basics. Goes on about events, and then new member checklist at the back as well. So making sure that you've covered everything, you've done everything. So that's all coming. Some of this might be in the back office already. Guys, whoever's rustling, can you please mute yourselves out? New training videos as well. So there's little 2-3 minute videos that you can go through, that you can watch, and you can send those out to the relevant people. There's going to be a new corporate brochure. Now, when we started, there was that trifold bit of paper that didn't look brilliant. The new brochure is superb, absolutely wicked. It's really, really good. How they've done it, as I said, I'm blown away by it. And the new corporate PowerPoint presentation. Another thing we got given, I'm just reading through it because I haven't actually read it, but again, it just goes through who we are as a company. It goes through about meeting the leaders, the complete wine experience, a bit about Jerry Greenfield, the opportunity, and then getting your wine for free. So again, these are going to be available very, very soon for you to give out to prospects and for us to work with the newest person. So we got given those. As I said, the guys have been working extremely hard behind the scenes at the moment. All their effort prior to New York was obviously getting the New York event done, but they're working tirelessly to get everything in place that we need to get in place, that we need done and we need over here, basically. Just kind of sidetracking very quickly, I spoke to Jerry Greenfield over in New York, got to spend a little bit of time with him and his wife. Lovely, lovely guy. He emailed me on my return and just said, look, it was really good to meet you, really excited about the UK. Please do everything that you can to get me over for your launch. I really want to be part of it. If there's anything that I can do for you guys, leading up to it, please let me know. Anyway, to cut a long story short, he's agreed to do a Q&A Zoom call with us. Now, he's going back to New York on Thursday, I think it is, of this week. There's a huge there's a huge wine tasting event going on in New York, so he goes to that every year. So we're probably looking at some point in next week. But once I've got confirmation, again, I'll put the details in there. But as I said, he's agreed to get on a call with the UK market to do a Q&A session, and you guys can just ask him as much or as little as you want. So that was what Kevin went through. Some other important stuff that I want to go through with you guys now is what Tony Lanza went through. Now, for those of you that don't know, Tony Lanza is our compliance officer. Massive bloke, absolutely huge, scares the shit out of me, but so I'd never want to cross him. But he went through a lot of very, very, very important information that we just need to follow. So again, what I'm going to do is literally read through the notes that I wrote down. Any kind of points or any questions, write them down, ask me the questions at the end. So his commitment to compliance first, building relationships first. With regards to resources, we've got compliance forms. They're all in your back office now. He said if you're setting up a page, use DC as opposed to direct sellers on your page title, and use the approved red logo rather than the blue logo. Now, the reason that they've said that is that the blue logo is for corporate, the red logo is for us guys, so they can identify the difference. So if you're going to get like a page done or your own materials done, use the red direct logo as opposed to the blue one. He mentioned about never offering additional incentives to join. Misleading information is unethical. Never post pictures of cash commissions or your back office on social media. What else have I got? Right, going live on Facebook. He said, act responsibly, never be intoxicated. So never do a live video drunk. Separate business from pleasure. No exaggerated income claims, and be aware of your surroundings when you're doing a Facebook Live as well. Moving forward, the wine tasting nights or the wine events that we're doing, we're going to be calling them DC socials. And he just mentioned the way that it works: invite 6 to 10 people to your home and have fun by doing it. Display a few of the unopened bottles along with the notes. Explain the benefits of the membership. Try the different wines and invite them to look at the different opportunity. He also said, please, please, please stop saying to everyone that we get paid to drink wine. And if anyone wants to email Tony, if anyone's got a question with regarding a page, a post, some literature, some marketing that they want to speak to him about, his email address is tony@directsellers.com. He said he's more than happy to answer any questions for us. He's more than happy to work with us. And what else is there? And the other thing that we're going to be getting soon is testimonial worksheets. Now, basically, on those testimonial worksheets, you can share your personal and professional background. You can put who introduced you. You can put your overall experience of direct sellers and your efforts in what you're doing in direct sellers as well. So that's something that's coming soon. With regards to the momentum factor, it's the world's for momentum. They're going to be starting to use something called momentum factor. So I'm just reading my notes. Momentum factor is the world's #1 brand protection and compliance monitoring solutions for direct sellers. So that's coming very soon as well. So I'm trying to get the notes that Tony presented. I asked him afterwards and said, look, is there any way that you can send me your presentation? Just because, as I said, for me, it was the best presentation of the weekend. So he's going to see what he can do. If we can get that, then I'll post the link out to the groups and you can kind of work through those notes and work through everything that he went through himself. Kevin Ralston opened up then. Again, these are a few stats mainly to do with America because we was over there. But he said that there's 20.5 million people in the US alone in network marketing, 35.5 billion sales. The US economy's gone up by 1.6%. Wine sales have gone up by 1.3%. Direct-to-consumer wine industry is up 18.5%, and the average price in America for wine at the moment is $38.69 per bottle. So if you're having conversations with anyone over there in America, that they're the kind of like statistics that you want to give out to people. $38.69 per bottle is a hell of a lot. So this weekend was all about Direct Sellers 2.0. I'm not sure if I don't know if they streamed it live, or I don't know if anyone's seen anything that went on over there, but it was called Direct Sellers 2.0, and it's basically an upgrade of what they've done already. These guys are in such a strong and powerful position at the moment moving forward that they're ready to take this to the next level. So Kevin mentioned about the business future. He mentioned about focus on what's working, communicate with timelines and integrity, manage the company as a business, continuously move execution. Now, as I said at the beginning of this call, he is someone that I've got so much admiration for and so much confidence in. I absolutely love what we've got right now. I love being part of Direct Sellers, and this is really just the launch pad of launching into like multiple countries. With regards to the wine club future, he mentioned they're going to continue to focus on the wines. They're going to enhance the wine discovery journey, the wine club shipment history and enhanced recorder, shopping cart, provide more specials in the club to keep it fresh, make the club so good that you will never, ever want to leave. So that was what he was talking about. Rec Future, improve member services, add needed processes and systems, provide useful, meaningful training, and improve on the BMS. So, as I said, I'm kind of like doing it a little bit backwards because I talked to you about Kevin's second speech first, and then I'll talk to you about the first one. I'm just going through my notes. As I said, it's not in any order. I'm just kind of going through what I wanted to talk to you about today. I've mentioned about Tony Lanza. Austin talked about that. One other thing I do want to talk to you about that was actually quite interesting, social media training that Leah Leitner went through. So Leah Leitner, I don't know if anyone knows of her, or some of you may have heard of her. She's personally enrolled over 500 people into the business. She's got a system that is obviously working. Is it duplicatable? I don't know. I'm not going to say anything bad on this call, but she's obviously doing very well with what she's done, and she uses social media to her advantage. So, social media training is not for everyone. I know that. But again, what I'll do is read through the notes that I wrote down that she went through. But her training and presentation was really, really good. So when she talked about social media training, she said, when it comes to branding, be powerful, be authentic, be genuine. You don't ever sell a product, you sell yourself and you sell your brand. She said, with regards to Instagram, now this was quite interesting for me because I try and use Instagram quite a lot at the moment. She said, when it comes to Instagram, try not to use a business profile. She said that she does 1 out of 5 posts that she does regarding wine. She shares her hopes, her dreams and interests on there. She draws people in with non-business related content. She said every time that she posts a picture up there, she uses between 20 and 30 hashtags per photo. Now, I try and do quite a few on that because, again, for some of you that are not too sure how hashtagging works, and again, I'm not telling anyone to suck eggs or anything because I didn't know too much before I got into my first networking company. But anytime that you use a hashtag, someone can go onto Instagram and type in that particular word or that hashtag, and it will bring up all the posts that are linked to that. So, for example, if you're drinking a glass of white wine tonight and you post a picture on Facebook and you put hashtag white wine, anyone that goes on there and puts in the hashtag white wine, it'll bring up every single picture that's got white wine in it. She mentioned that she gets followers by following them back. Her goal, and again, this is not realistic for everyone either, but her goal is to follow 200 people per day on Instagram, and she posts between 5 to 12 times a day. And as I said that at this beginning, this is not for everyone. I don't do it, that's for sure. I haven't got I don't want to follow 200 people a day. I haven't got the time to do it. And I certainly haven't got the time to post 5 to 12 times a day. But if you're one of these people that does want to get into social media training, if you're one of these people that sees the power in social media, you've got a lot of time on your hands and you want to see where this takes you, then, as I said, it's worked for her. Proof's in the pudding. She's had over 500 people join her business, and she's been in less time than what I have, and I joined in December. She talked about some of the top apps that she uses as well. Now, I've never heard of any of these, but like I said at the beginning, my technology is rubbish. She mentioned WordSwag, PixCart, Be Funny, and Photo Candy. Nothing, I don't know any of them. She went on to Facebook. Again, share your brand. She said add emojis as well, and she was talking about how the world's kind of like revolved around emojis and GIFs and all the other bits and pieces. Again, I just need to reiterate that it's not for everyone. I very rarely use emojis, especially when I'm kind of like talking about business stuff. But I'm just putting it out there. I'm just reading what's on my notebook. She mentioned that Facebook's about adding value to others. She has like 15 minutes of self-development per day, and she likes to have fun. I mean, some of these notes, as I said, some of these notes, I'll lose myself with what I'm doing at the moment. And she follows the form. Basically, it means family first, then occupation, then recreation, then motivation, stroke message. She talked about Facebook Live again. She said people spend 3 times longer watching a live video nowadays, and video posts have gone up by 135%, and it was 135% greater organic reach. Video posts are increased by 75%. Now, again, you know, going over it, if you're not someone that's got the confidence to do a Facebook Live, or if you're not someone that likes doing Facebook Lives, then, you know, I'm not going to tell you that you have to do a Facebook Live. Now, I'll go through what Ray Higdon went through, and then that is pretty much kind of what I went through myself. Ray Higdon talked about the 4 secrets to build the business of your dreams. Now, Ray Higdon's 4 secrets: number 1, posture in your communication; number 2, build rapport; number 3, culture; and number 4, overcoming obstacles. And he said, with regarding like posture, be yourself. You know, I didn't take a massive amount of notes for this because I actually wanted to listen to what he was saying. But I've always said to everyone else out there, I'll never change who I am as a person. People always buy people. People are never going to buy into you if you're constantly like down, depressed and whinging and whining. If you wake up on a Monday morning and if you go onto Facebook and, you know, you tell the world how unmotivated you are that it's Monday and you feel depressed and you want to go back to bed, then don't expect a text message or an inbox message from someone saying, please, can I join your wine business? Don't ever change in who you are. If you're someone that wants to be positive and wants to be upbeat and wants to be motivated, then be that person. Don't, as I said, don't come into network marketing and think that you need to change to attract people to your business. If you are who you are, you will get people that will come and follow you. The culture, he said, the person who typically fails long-term in network marketing, the person who typically fails long-term in network marketing focuses on the transaction they have. Even to be a top recruiter, culture is always the answer to why people leave and what makes a business grow long-term. 80% of any network marketing team has a desired level of up to $500 per month. So basically what he was talking about there is the fact that we don't need to talk about 6 figures and mansions and boats and jets and this, that and the other, because 80% of people that want to get in there only want to make around about $500 per month. And if we stick to that figure and you duplicate that throughout your team, then you're going to have such a stronger organization by going out and helping 10, 20, 30 people make $500 per month, rather than if you go out there and you're looking to make 6 figures yourself. And again, I've always said in network marketing, if you take care of the bottom, the top will take care of itself. If you take care of the top, the bottom's going to crumble. So you've got to be realistic that the people that you're attracting to this are not going to want a massive amount of money from the company or from the business because they don't think they're going to be able to do it themselves. And another thing that I'd say is never ever talk about a figure unless you've reached it yourself. There's no point going out there and saying to someone, well, you know, you can make 100 grand with this, you can retire yourself and work next week if you've not done it yourself. Okay, so never overpromise someone something that you've never done. Overcoming obstacles, he said the exact reason you are using to convince yourself and others that you can't succeed are the exact reasons you must use this knowledge. Not creating success is selfish. So again, for those people that are on the call tonight that are involved in Ray's Rank Makers group, he is an unbelievable guy. Like the knowledge that he brings to that group and to people that are in there is absolutely like first class. So that's basically the notes that I got from this weekend. As I said, that there is quite a lot there. It was a bit bitty, but it was never going to be like a structured set of notes just because it was all come and go. But if you want to ask a question, or if you've got any questions now, unmute yourself. And as I said, if I can answer it, I will do. If I can't, then I'll get back to you.
You mentioned something about you can't call it a wine club anymore. I can't remember what you were referring to. Conversation I had with you the other day.
I think I was on the phone.
What was that about?
I don't know. I think I was jet lagged, Carl, to be honest. Where was it? I know it was Tony that was talking about it. I think it was just a case of we can't tell people that we get paid to drink wine. I think that was it.
There's still a huge page on that though, isn't there? I can't remember if it's a US one, but they've still got as their main page, get paid to drink wine.
Yeah, well, they're really clamping down on the compliance stuff at the moment. You know, they're ploughing through it, but overall they're very happy with what we're doing. I know some of you have received emails from Tony just kind of been given a little nudge. But as I said, if anyone's got any concerns, or if they're not 100% happy with, or 100% certain that they can write or post or send something, then, just send him an email. As I said, tony@directsellers.com. Really lovely guy, very approachable. Loves what we're doing over here in the UK. Or if you want me to send it over to him, then again, just send it to me, and I'll be happy to pass it on to Tony.
Paul.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I came in at 9:15 because I thought it was going to start at 9:15. So I may have missed what I'm going to ask you, and you probably know what I'm going to ask you. Is there any news of the website yet?
Yeah, I did mention it. It's all done. Beginning of November, if not sooner. Everything's all done. It's all in place. When you watch the recording back, I mentioned about all the new stuff that is happening. Some of it's in the back office already. There's going to be a 60-day booklet or 60-day to help the newest person get started. There's a new BMS that's all sorted out. But yeah, the actual website itself looks absolutely like first class. It's really very, very slick.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, beginning of November, if not sooner.
Yeah, brilliant, thanks.
Paul, I'm really sorry. You know, you just mentioned that about the booklet. He says on back office. Is there going to be a hard copy that's given to us though? Because do we have to download it or?
Yeah, you can download it. You can use it as a PDF. I would have thought there'll be some at the regional events as well.
Given to us, yeah.
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 Again, like I said on the call last night, we've really got to pack these events out. PJ's so excited about coming over here, but yeah, I would have thought I'll be very surprised if they don't bring the literature over or from here. So yeah, as I said, I'll be very surprised if we don't get given some at the events.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay.
With the event as well, I've already spoke to you about it earlier. If I go back through the booking line, can I select another member ticket and then just get more guests?
Yes.
What's the best way to go about it? Just do it that way.
Yeah. anyone got any other questions? No? Perfect. So for those that missed the call last night, we've got, and if you've kind of been oblivious to what's going on, we've got 4 events happening in the UK next month. Peter Jensen's going to be coming over for the first time, along with Kevin Ralston. They're going to be in Brighton on Saturday the 4th. They're going to be in Bristol on Sunday the 5th. They're going to be in Leeds on Tuesday the 7th, and then Edinburgh on Wednesday the 8th. So it's free to join, or free to register, should I say. So make sure you get yourselves registered, make sure you get your team registered, and make sure you get your prospects registered as well. Take as many people that you can to those events. I'm fairly confident that any prospect that goes, that gets to hear what PJ has to say and what Kevin has to say, will be very interested, whether it's as a customer or whether it's a business partner. And as I said, the content and the value that we got from being in New York was absolutely like first class. So the next main event over in the States is going to be in Vegas. So you can register your tickets now. When I was in Vegas at the beginning of this year, there was 3 of us that went from the UK. This year in New York, I think there was closer to 20 from the UK, and I think the Vegas event in February, I think there'll be 50 plus. I think I saw something earlier that over 500 tickets have already been sold for Vegas, and then we'll have our UK event at some point early next year as well, which we're just waiting for confirmation on. So there's a hell of a lot going on at the moment. As I said, it's very, very exciting times. The guys are working tirelessly around the clock to help us. We know that everything's not perfect, but again, what we've got to remember is that we've only been open officially since the 1st of August. So I've been in since the beginning of December. We had no wine then. The back office was not great, but it's all starting to come together now. And since Kevin Ralston's come on board, the guys can't speak highly enough of him. You know, he's like a Superman and a Batman all rolled into one. They all talk about how he's got so much energy and how he's got so much drive, and the jobs that he gets done on a daily basis, they just can't figure out how he manages to do it. So the fact that we've got someone like him so close working with us, and we've got the likes of David and PJ and Peter and John Gilbert, again, they know what we're doing over here, that they want to work with us. And I've never been lucky enough to be so close to like the corporate side of things. So if there's any other, questions or any other queries or problems or anything else that anyone's having, by all means, come back to me, and I'll pass it on to the guys. But it's exciting times. They've said that they'll be open in 5 new countries by the end of next year. And then it's literally, the expansion continues year on year on year. But this company will be around for years. And you got to ask yourself a question: do you want to do like 10 different companies for a year each, or do you want to sit with this? Do you want to make it happen? Do you want to watch it grow, be part of an exciting journey, and stick with this one company for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years? Because I said to David on Friday night, I said to him, I'll be with direct sellers all the time that I'm alive, or all the time that you're in business. And he said to me, he goes, you'll be dead before we go out of business. And, I've built up a great relationship with him. I've got a great friendship with him outside of direct sellers as well. And I trust these guys with my life. Maybe it's a big statement to make, but everything that they've said that they'll do, they've done. And it's just an exciting journey to be on. So, as I said, I've recorded this tonight. I'll get this in the group later on if I can remember how to do it. But the next call that we'll have will be on Thursday night. That'll be the team training event. And I'm sure that we'll reiterate some of the stuff that came out from New York again. There's probably other people that took different notes from me and some of the information that I've missed off. And then we've got the opportunity call on Sunday and Monday night. So, as I said, this is a really exciting time for me. It's a really exciting time for the team. It's a really exciting time for the company to all be part of. I hope you've got some useful information back from tonight. I hope it's kind of got you a little bit more excited than before you got onto the call. And as I said, use me as much as you need to for three-way calls or Zoom calls. Use your uplines and let's build on what we've got. So appreciate everyone getting on. I'll get this link out to the group tonight. enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good week, and I'll touch base with you all very, very soon. Thanks and good night.